Hey, history enthusiasts! Ever wonder what was really happening between Africa and Europe during the Middle Ages? Forget the old, outdated narratives. This was a time of deep transitions and growing connections. Today, we're exploring the untold stories of Africa's influence on medieval Europe and how this age of transition shaped the world as we know it. First off, let's talk about the 7th century. While Europe was dealing with the fall of the Roman Empire and adjusting to new kingdoms, Africa was buzzing with activity. The spread of Islam from North Africa into the Mediterranean world created a new dynamic between these two continents. Islam wasn't just a religion, it was a political force reshaping trade, culture, and power across Africa and into Europe. One of the most important ways Africa influenced medieval Europe was through trade. From the bustling markets of North Africa to the mighty Sahara caravans, gold, salt, ivory, and ideas flowed from the African interior to European markets. Europe was hungry for Africa's riches, and Africa, in turn, absorbed European goods and influences, creating an exchange that would lay the foundation for future global connections. And it wasn't just about goods. Intellectual exchanges were huge. The Islamic Golden Age, centered in cities like Cairo and Cordoba, brought new scientific, medical, and philosophical ideas to Europe. Scholars translated ancient Greek texts into Arabic, preserving knowledge that would later fuel the European Renaissance. Now let's talk about power. In Europe, the feudal system was gaining ground, but in Africa, empires like the Almoravids rose to power. This Berber Muslim dynasty didn't just dominate West Africa, they crossed into Spain and influenced the politics of southern Europe. By the 11th century, we see a fascinating blend of cultures. Muslim Berbers, Christian Europeans, and African traders were all navigating a world in transition. The lines between Africa and Europe were more connected than many realize, with these interactions shaping the political and cultural landscapes of both continents. So, what's the takeaway? The Middle Ages weren't just a European story. Africa played a massive role in the cultural and economic transitions of this time. The interactions between Africa and medieval Europe were crucial to the development of both continents. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Africa and Europe's medieval connections, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more historical revelations. There's a lot more to this story than you've ever heard.